welcome back to another episode on the Greenhouse Gals. Today is a very special guest. This is Bob Buchwalter. So we're going to interview him, tell us something very special that we use here at the greenhouse, very essential. So Bob, first, anything that you'd like to tell our listeners just about the greenhouse, about yourself? You're on the podcast.
I'm on the podcast today. Well, I've been working here since since I was a little boy, probably 9-10 years old. My grandpa used to raise tomatoes, and every Easter we'd have to plant the tomatoes on our break. So,
there you
go. I grew up on the farm, basically. So yeah, it's a privilege to be here today and talk about our blooming blend.
Yes, blooming blend. So this is a fertilizer. Where do we get it? We sell it. Where do we get it from? How do we get it?
We get it from a commercial producer of fertilizer that we actually use here. Okay. So it comes in like 25-pound bags, and we get pallets of it because we have to use it to fertilize all our baskets. And so we grow hanging baskets for the city of Wooster and Orrville. And we take care of them, and every year people go, what do you do to keep them growing all the way through August? Mine looks dead, and so we have to tell them the whole story. So, so that's what we're going to do today.
So it's our little container. What is this? 1.5 pound.
1.5 pounds.
And we also have 5 pounds, but this is our 1.5 pound. You'll open it up. It's this blue powder. What even is that?
Yes. Well, the blue really has nothing to do with greening up your plants. Okay. So if you can see, it's just the blue. Like most fertilizers are blue because, I don't know, there's something about crystal blue water. Okay. But it's just a dye. Okay. So it has really nothing to do with the ingredients that's in it. It's just so when it comes out of your watering can or your hose, you know you're putting fertilizer in. So it's more like you know that's in there and it's coming out. Because if it was clear, you wouldn't know if it's coming out or not. So the blue is just really a tracer so that you can tell that the fertilizer is actually being applied to your plant.
Okay, very good. We'll go into like what's all in it, but what is this made of? Like minerals? Like what is fertilizer really? It's not manure. This one isn't.
No, it's not.
What is it?
So there's 3 major elements that plants need. And then there's minor elements as well. And so the 3 major things that are in it are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. And so those are always the 3 big numbers you see on any fertilizer label. It'll say 20, 10, 20, which is 20% of that package is nitrogen, 10% is phosphorus, and 20% is phosphate. So that's what the numbers represent. And then there's minor elements that it'll list that aren't as important, but they're still important for the plants to bloom and be healthy. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go into that. Our ratio, whatever we call it, is 19 to 19.
Right.
What do those mean? What does each one have?
I know, and we hit this question a lot. Why does your blooming blend fertilizer only have 2% phosphorus? Well, phosphorus is what makes plant bloom. So you can buy other people's formulas that'll have 50% or 25%. But the phosphorus does encourage blooming. It also can encourage the root development. But our blend has very little because it's not that much needed in most plants. So just by boosting it, it's like us taking vitamins. You can only absorb so much. So if you get the right amount and everything else is balanced, you're going to absorb what you need out of that food, or in this case, fertilizer.
Yes. Yeah.
So one of the big things about ours that makes it work is the fact that it has chelated iron in it. So there's 3 different types of chelated iron. So petunias in general can't pull iron out of the soil until they get yellow, especially if the pH is high. So this type of fertilizer helps lower the pH, which makes it easier for the plant to take out the iron out of the soil. And then you put in the fact that it's chelated, and it's a lot easier for it to grab hold. The chelation process makes it more easy. It's just easier for the plant to grab it and pull it out. So when you use it, you get iron gives you that nice dark green foliage, which basically is your chlorophyll, which is the power plant. That's what, basically we would not be here if it wouldn't be for chlorophyll. We would all, grass wouldn't be green. We couldn't have lettuce to eat. I mean, it's just It just wouldn't happen. So that's the key element. So if you have a healthy plant, you're going to have healthy blooms. Okay. So rather than just trying to push the blooms, if you get it healthy, it's naturally going to produce anyhow. Yeah. So.
All right, very good.
There's a lot of chemistry involved in it that most people don't understand, but it's chelate. There's 3 different types, which most fertilizers, your less expensive ones, are not going to have it because it's an expensive process. So, but you'll be very successful. Yeah. Okay. As you can go downtown Wooster Orrville and see all summer long. Yeah. Yes.
How often do you use it? I said, how often do we use it in Worcester versus here at the greenhouse? What about people? How should they be using it?
Well, at the greenhouse, we have an injector that injects a concentrated solution into the water, and it's like 1 to 100. So we mix up a concentrate that injects it in, and we use it, like 2 fertilizing times, and then we clear water, because fertilizer is a type of salt as well. And if you never clear water, the salt builds up and burns the roots because it's salt-based. So by clear watering, the water will absorb the salts and push it out of the soil. So we recommend fertilizing 2 times, watering once. For the consumer, we recommend just going half strength, which is a teaspoon in a gallon of water, and then watering 2 times consecutively with fertilizer, then 1 water. Yep. That way you clear it out. Now, if it rains, that counts as water. So. Sure.
Yeah, very good.
And that's all on the back of the label.
Yeah, that's right. Read the label. Difference between the water mix and like a granular, where you're just dumping it slowly.
Sure. So there is a granular fertilizer that's encapsulated, and most of it doesn't release until it gets to 70 degrees. Okay. The warmer it gets, the faster it releases, and most of them are 3 months to 9 months. And it all depends on how warm it is. But it also, the little prills, we call them, like little round eggs they look like, they release by being in contact with the soil. So if you throw it in on top of your plant, the only part it's going to release is the part that's touching the soil. And so it's slowly releasing. You don't have really much control over it once you put it on. Where the fertilizer that's liquid, you can put it on right now. You can say, well, this plant is weak. I'm going to double it or triple it, and you're not going to hurt the plant. Okay. But you're going to put a big boost of fertilizer in right away, and you're going to see results within a week. Yeah. Okay. So that's with the little prills, the slow release. You're not going to be able to do that. Right.
Very good. Yes, your biggest testimony of using the blooming blend. How have you seen a plant go from bad to good?
Well, we had a customer come in one time. It was late in the season, like it was August, and she had this flower box, and we said, well, you can try using our blooming blend. She took a picture of it before she started using it, and like 3 weeks later, she came back and says, this stuff's amazing. She goes, my coils and everything. And she showed us the before picture, and my daughter and I both said, well, we would have just told her to throw it away. Yeah. But she used the fertilizer, and everything came back, and it just released, all the fertilizer into the plant, and they were huge. It like tripled in size in 3 weeks. Yeah. I just couldn't believe it. I'd never seen anything happen like that. So it does work.
Yeah, great.
It's not magical, it's chemistry.
Yeah.
Just got it. This is the best stuff we've found on the market, and that's why we're packaging it and selling it.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it for our blooming blend. Anything else, Bob?
We just want you to be successful.
That's right.
This is key to being successful. It's not that we need an extra $5 or whatever we make off a jar. It's probably not even that much. We just want you to be successful. So this is a way you can, so you're going to spend $25 for a plant or $30 and not fertilize it. You're not going to be very successful. So it's great insurance. And you'll have people stopping by your house saying, how come your basket's still blooming? And you can say, well, it's because I fertilize.
Yes.
So that's the best thing.
Very good. Well, thanks for being on, Bob. And we will see you guys in the next episode.
Okay.